Fourier series is a periodic function containing two intervals, pi and L. So the formula in L interval is f of x equals a naught by 2 plus summation n equals 1 to infinity a n cos n pi x by L plus b n sin n pi x by L. You will decide which formula to use by looking at the function. So if there is pi given in the function, then you will use this formula. If not, then use this one. And you will be finding the values of a naught, bn and an depending on the function, whether it is even or odd. I'll explain that later. So now you will be given the formulas in the description, and and you have to remember the general terms, which will make it easier for you to solve the problems in Fourier series. So these are the terms you should remember. That is sin 0 equals sin n pi, which is 0. I'm not going to prove this, since my only focus is on explaining Fourier series. So as I mentioned earlier, the types of function is even or odd. So in the case of even function, you will find bn and an from the formula. That is, as I showed you here, this is the formula for L interval. So here you will be finding only a naught and an in the case of even function. Whereas if the function is odd, you will not find an and a naught, and you will find bn. I'll give you an example. So here, consider this function f of x equals x cube in the interval minus pi to pi. So to check if the function is even or odd, you have to see if f of minus x is equal to minus f of x. If it is equal, then the function is odd. If not, if the function is as it is, if it doesn't change its sign, then the function is even. So here in this example, the function is odd. So here you will not be finding a naught and an because they are going to be 0, and bn is the only thing which you will find. So the formula for bn is as shown, and since the limit is from minus pi to pi, you have to convert it to 0 to pi, and you will do this by using the properties of function. That is, you would have studied in class 11 that when you have to convert the lower limit to 0, you should bring 2 in the numerator. So that's how you do, and yeah, you substitute the values in this formula and get the value of bn, and next you will substitute the value of bn in the formula which is f of x equals a naught by 2 plus summation n equals 1 to infinity an cos nx plus bn sin nx. Here a naught and an are 0, so so those terms should be eliminated. So since they are 0, you will not write a naught and an, and you will directly write bn sin nx. So the value of bn is here. So I've written bn sin x, and yeah, so cos n pi is minus 1 to the power n. This was the general term which I had shown you in the second slide. And the next example. So this function f of x equals mod x. So now if you check this function, it's an even function because f of minus x is f of x. It's not changing the sign, so it's even. So what do you do in case of even? You take bn equals 0 and find a naught and an. So here I've done the same thing. I have found a naught and an by using the formulas which I had discussed earlier, and then put those values in the main equation, that is f of x equals a naught by 2 here, and this is the final equation. So in the case of neither even nor odd function, you will have to find all three terms, a naught, an, and bn, and put those values in f of x. Yeah. Next is half angle. So when you're given a question like this, then how will you solve it? Here you can check whether the function is even by checking it the same way, that is f of minus x equals whatever you get. So here in this case, you're getting f of minus x equals 1 minus 2x by pi. So the upper term and the lower term are being interchanged. So when this happens, then it's an even function. So when it's an even function, what you do, just look at the question. Here the interval is from minus pi. Here the interval is minus pi less than x less than 0, 0 less than x less than pi. So you change the uh, symbol, and here it's less than symbol, and you convert it to greater than. You just change the sign, and yeah, so the sign of x will not change, and but the sign of pi and 0 will change. Since it's an even function, you will find a naught and an, but bn is 0. And do the same thing, substitute the values in f of x.